All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Believe it or not, this is number 4 time that I tried to make this video. And I don't know what's going on, but in the name of Jesus, this is the time that I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And I wanted to say this because I truly believe that what happened to this young girl, it was just a bad thing, right? Obviously, the police officer was justified to shoot her. She was trying to kill a person, and that person that she was trying to kill happens to be a black lady, right? So again, for everybody that says BLM, Black Life Matters, I always wonder this: did that girl's life matter? She was about to get stabbed. To call the police officer a racist or anything bad like that, it's just uncalled for. You know, you could literally call him a hero because he saved a black life. But again, we like to, or the media like to get the other side in order to pass their agenda, in order to make money, in order to divide us even more, and all that. But nevertheless, as I saw this interview that I'm going to show you guys, and you guys know what to do if you want to support the channel, there's links down there. I'm not going to even talk about none of the stuff right now because I just want to say this. As you see this video right here that I like to show you for about a second because I'm not even going to entertain this. This is the lawyer right here. This is mom. Dad is there. And so many people are there. Grandmom is there. Auntie's there. And I keep thinking to myself, wow, why this girl wasn't foster parents? I mean, why would she live in with a foster family? You know, you see mom crying, dad crying, grandmom crying, everybody crying. And I tend to think that. I say, why she was living in this place? Obviously, this place was not a good place. This place that she was living was not good. I mean, there's reports of people calling the cops saying that they didn't want to be there. Foster kids. So obviously it was not a good place. You see in the interview how Auntie is saying that, or one of them is saying that Micaiah will call her and things like that. So obviously they had communication. So I'm sure she would have said, hey, this place sucks. Get me out of here. But no, that none of that stuff is being talked. And then when you see this, I want you to see this real quick.
We're going to investigate every agency that had a time and an opportunity to prevent Micaiah's death.
You see, that's my issue right there. They're going to investigate every agency that had the opportunity to stop what happened. So I said that this girl is a victim because even though she was the one holding the knife, even though the cops were completely justified, even though the cops did everything that was supposed to be done and her action resulted in her being killed, you play stupid games, you're going to get stupid prizes, right? She was still a victim. She was 16 years old. She was a young girl. She didn't deserve to, she deserved to have a good life. Like every American citizen comes here to, accomplish, I guess, in a way. Now, the problem here is not a systemic racist or anything like that. That's not the problem here. The problem here is very, very simple. And I want to talk about this. And again, I don't know what this family is going through. I don't know what they do. I don't know anything about them. I don't want to speak about them. This is not about them. Although, I'm sure there's a reason why she was a foster parent, right? Or foster home. I'm sure there's a reason. I mean, kids don't just go to foster homes unless something happened. But again, I don't want to speak about their family because I don't know their issues. But I'm going to tell you something that I do know. Every system will fail you. Every system will fail you. You don't have to investigate that. Every system will fail you. The Lord put a system in place for you that is not going to fail you. The Lord put a system for you that is going to help you. The Lord already put a system for you that is the best system that we should follow. But we don't. We spend the whole time following nonsense, listening to stupid news, listening to what's happening, going into our phone to Facebook, and we fail to understand his system. We fail to understand what he wants us to do. We fail to understand his desire for our life, and we're going through different systems. So if you want to do an investigation, ma'am, on the systems that will fail them, probably all the systems did. Because these systems are not, first of all, meant to raise your family members. They are meant to step in because something bad happened. Something bad happened. You, in some kind of way, fail and the system has to step in. So again, looking into the system is just nonsense. The system will fail you, but parents tend to say, oh, well, the system this or the system that, in order to get, and a lot of people calling this like it's just to get money. I don't know the situation. I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah, well, criminally, we know a lot of times that criminally, a cop may not be responsible, but the city tends to pay money. So maybe there is a money factor there. Again, I don't know that. But what I'm saying is that the system will fail you, but God's system won't fail you. Listen, here's what I'm going to say. If you a mom and dad up there, the reason why this girl was a victim, and I said this, is because she wasn't obviously raised in a family that could provide her the foundation. And if you say, well, yeah, she was, or this and that, or whatever, again, there is a reason why she's a foster parent. Why is she living in a foster home? Because something bad happened and she was not being able to give the opportunity that other people have. Right? And because of that, she grew up in a foster parents. God knows what happened to her. God knows what kind of things she had to do. God knows how she had to survive. She was not under the protection of her dad. She was not under the protection of her mom. She was not under the protection of her family. I mean, you see the family talking here and saying how much I love her, but she's living in a foster parent or in foster home. She's not living with mom. She wasn't living with dad. She wasn't living with grandmother. She wasn't living with auntie. She was living in a foster home. So why is that? So because of that, she wasn't being able to get what you get out of the system that God provided. And I'm going to tell you what the system that God provided is. Simple. A man will live his family and become one in flesh with his wife. He will be married. He will raise a family. He will get children that are a blessing for the Lord. The Lord says, I will send my comforter to you so he could guide you. So God gave us the answer. He said, man is going to leave. It's going to have a wife. They're going to be married. They're going to have a family. They're going to have a blessing. And if you need to understand God, all you need to do is walk into the Spirit. He's going to send the comforter down here, the Spirit of God, so he could live in us and we could get that guidance, right? Not only that, he has the Bible, or we have the Bible, that we could get his guidance. That is the system that we need to be looking for. Because to answer this lawyer's question, every system will fail you. Every system has a flaw, but God's system doesn't. God put a system here in place for us to follow. And I'm going to tell you, every single time in my experience that something goes wrong, it's not because God's system is wrong. It's because I walked away from his system. I wanted to do my own thing. God says, don't buy that. I bought it. Now I have issues that I can't pay. God says, don't get angry like that. I get angry like that. Now I'm having issues with my spouse because I'm getting angry. I'm giving just examples. God says, don't do that. You do that. Don't steal. You steal. Don't murder. You murder. Don't put anything else in front of me. I am God. You put things in front of him. I mean, we all do. But I'm telling you right now, as I see this lawyer right here, and she's talking about the systems that fail her, I'm thinking to myself, that's because we are looking answers into a system that is already messed up. System's no good. They're just trying to do what they can do because people are failing, and the system is just trying to step in and kind of provide the best that they can do. You know how many kids are living in foster care? You know how many kids are being abused? You know how many kids are being not taken care of by the family? The system is just trying to catch up. If you work in like child service, protective service, or something like that, put a comment down there. These people's backlogs or cases are so behind because they're trying to catch up to a system that is not working because the people are not doing their job. We as parents need to give our children the best system that we can. And the best system, if you want to call the word, because we keep saying the system, right, is God's way. A man will provide for his son. A man will provide for his daughter. A man should, be the protector. A man is going to have a wife to be his helper. A suitable wife that is going to be his helper. With love, with respect, with hard work, we could raise our children. This girl right here, I'm going to tell you the reason why I say she's a victim as well, because I can tell that she didn't have that. There could be many reasons why. I don't know the reasons why. But ultimately, we know that she was living in a foster care. Why was she was living there? Because something went wrong. So when this lawyer right here says we need to figure out the system, let me go back here to show you when she's talking about that.
Every agency that we're going to investigate every agency that had a time and an opportunity to prevent Ma'Khia's death. I stand here with her family, committed to getting answers. We'll be calling for a couple federal investigations, one being from the Health and Human Services, asking that
I'm going to tell you this. I'm just going to stop this, and I'm just going to say this. I'm sorry if it comes out. I know the families are in pain. I know the families are suffering, and I know this is a horrific situation. But there's a reason why this girl was in foster care, and if we're going to be true with ourselves, wherever this investigation is revealed, we need to start an investigation with mom and dad. What happened? What happened? If we want to change if we want to change our country, and we want to change what we're doing, and we want to, change this new generation, we need to start here. Mom and dad, what's happening? What are we doing? Are we giving our children what God intended us to give them? Because I tell you what, there is no way, I can tell you this right now, that my kids are going into foster care. No way. I will work until I can't move no more to provide for my children. That's just how I am. That's how I'm wired. And I know many of you guys are there. So what happened? What just happened? I mean, my experience as a military policeman, as a person that being around in the law enforcement community, and person that being here on YouTube doing these videos and all that, when your kids goes to foster care, something bad happened. Let me know what you think. Put comments down below. And as always, God is in control.